Welcome back. Green to Stay Eco Bounty News. The news with a tinge of mutiny. Thanks for joining us, team. And we're just following on in our series, Going After the Establishment, episode 26D. This might be one of the last in this series. We'd like to continue this particular topic, but we might continue it in a future date. And on this episode, we'd like to discuss the establishment and the system that eats itself. Now, we could call it, as we've seen in other bloggers' posts, capitalism, the system that eats itself. But we thought we'd have to make it more of a broader range of complicity, because the system of the establishment may include charities, and it may even include NGOs. But by and large, they're all part of the establishment that is designed to eat itself. So we'll start the conversation, the topic, with say infant education, if it's such a thing. So now here in Australia, you can enrol your not just child but your baby into childcare, and some of these babies are only like 6 months old, and this could be because of a very, very different reasons. So that's a real thing in Australia: childcare, baby daycare sort of thing. Dropping off your kids early in the morning, picking them up. You can pick them up now from school or daycare. You can drop them off at, I suppose they go there 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, and you can pick them up at 6 p.m. at night. It's a real thing in Australia now. The government gets on board. They subsidise it. Yeah, but it's all part of this system, isn't it? I mean, there might be varied reasons why mothers put their kids into daycare or baby care. I don't know, but what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's good for the future of the economy, for communities? Is it binding our communities? Is it breaking down barriers to our multicultural society? This type of education, this type of culturing of a child's mind. What do you think? I don't know. There could be various reasons why mothers put their kids into childcare or baby care, but one of the main reasons is because now here in Australia you need a substantial income. So you need like 2 wage earners. That might not be the only reason. There could be other varied reasons, but that seems to be the most prevalent reason why kids are going into baby care and daycare early. Yeah, so basically the establishment system starts, it could start from in a baby's life, just when they're a few months old. And what it does, it takes this blank tape, this blank data, and impregnates all this information in a child's mind, and an infant's mind, and an innocent being's mind. And the idea is to nurture it so it could be part of the system, part of the establishment's economic model, part of this business model. Do you think it's a good idea? Well, anyway, that's another topic. But so you put in this daycare, this childcare from an early age, and then you go to preschool, primary school, high school, and then university or college. So the system, throughout this, basically for 20 years, could be for up to 20 years, you're being nurtured, and this information is being instilled in your minds about how to be a contribution to this system, to this economic model. And then what possibly could happen is you're funneled into a corporation or a business with this education. I don't know. What do you think? Is it making? We're talking about Australia. Is it making Australian life better quality? Are we progressing? What are your thoughts? Are we breaking down the stigmas and some of the cultural barriers in our country? Are we drawing closer together? Are we working on a common goal? Is life getting easier? Is it getting easier to make a living? What are your thoughts about the system that eats itself? I was looking at a documentary this morning about the planned obsolescence that's put in a lot of our products now. Where the products are purposely designed to break down, there's more or less sabotage to only last a certain period of time before they become obsolescent. And the manufacturers, some of them are very big brands, are actually purposely designing products, a whole range of products, from washing machines, televisions, all sorts of electrical appliances, mobile phones. So this is the kind of system that we're now revolving in, and more or less it's like it's eating itself. How can developing economies compete with wealth stakeholders that control these industries that are planned to fail, and then the waste of these products is dumped in a poor country where it pollutes that country, pollutes their water? How can the system evolve, and how can all facets of the world's societies progress where they can make a decent living? How can children escape this cycle of this system that eats itself? If they're put in there from an early age, if we're put in this education system from an early age, even as a baby. And incidentally, a lot of the countries that still have the traditional family way of life, maybe because of their culture or religious beliefs, that the family is the main structure in the community, are they being given a chance to grow with the developing economy? Say here in Australia, where the education system is, it basically takes your child from an infant age, from a baby age. How can a developing economy compete with that? How can a government in a country, in a third world country, a developing economy compete with subsidized baby care? So we can see just from that analysis that the system is so imbalanced from one country to the other. Does that mean we have to have one broad plan for every country? No. But maybe when it comes to the basics, like food, clothing, clean water, clean environment, child education, maybe we could level up the playing field. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave it at that. It's green to stay, eco, going after the establishment, the system that eats itself. Signing out.